Really weird, it's really annoying. Even if there's other teammates, they won't change aggro, they'll just stand there.
At least one's down now.
We got both of them, and we got Trojan. No, I took that out.
Also, one probably very highly recommended thing, always kill Trojans first.
You have the choice. Actually, okay, I'd say there's only two things that take priority over Trojans in this run. Turrets, if they don't respawn, you want them out of the way right away.
Mm-hmm.
And slimes. Everything. Oh, why would I care about a slime more than I care about the Trojan? But the Trojans are easier to dodge than slimes, because slimes can move while their attacks are charging, and Trojans cannot. Skeletons can't either. Turrets obviously don't move in the first place. Slimes are just really important to kill. Wow, that thing actually didn't respawn. And the gate is opened. There's a weird glitch at this room where the gate is based on number of kills, not all of the enemies being dead. So that means that even if enemies are resurrecting from the totems, the gate will still open eventually. So you could theoretically just keep killing the same enemy under a totem over and over, and eventually the gate would open because it's respawned.
But then you still get all the waves spawning, which just makes everything so much harder.
There's no point to it, it's just
there.
It's an option. If you're really feeling for a really tough time. Would you guys mind if I join this guild? Isn't Mawa in the guild? I'm so confused. What is happening in guild chat right now?
Isn't he the guild lead? What?
Yeah,
so
she's our guild leader, but she might join the guild. Maybe.
I'm guessing she means another guild.
I don't know why she would leave this guild though, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Unless it's one of...
Maybe it wasn't, who knows. Maybe Mel was really leaving us. It's like, yeah, I hate all of you, see you later.
One important thing about turrets that you have to know is the Polaris, if you let it explode on a turret, it will stop its attack.
Right, yeah. Polaris explosion interrupts a lot of attacks, actually, including the skeleton jumps. If you can get the shock off, it'll interrupt the jump. Right here, there's fire, but you don't actually need water because the boxes on the side can be broken. Saves a little bit of time, not much, but it's something.
Pretty much, you just use that to your advantage. And don't use all the water. Even though it's infinite.
Yeah, there's no... Is there really a point? I don't know. It saves 5 to 10 seconds. I don't know. That's all there is to it. I mean, I'm still taking time to break the boxes. There's probably more like 3 seconds that's being saved.
It's more a case of if you can do it and do it reliably, then there's a point to it. If not, then...
It's all of the little things that really add up. Because I've seen a Darkfire Vanna run go on for 3 hours before, including the arcade parts. Leading up to it so far 17 through 23. I've also had a run just the other night that went for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and we were done. Because we managed to get all of these little things, and they all stacked up, so maybe we saved like 2 minutes just by doing little gimmicky stuff. Plus we were super coordinated in killing the enemies, it just all worked out beautifully. So there is kind of a point, I guess. It's just not noticeable unless everyone's on the same page with it.
As you can see, Matt knows this map like the back of his hand. Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, that was wrong one. Double dots. All of the dots.
Today I learned Mawa is a troll.
Guild leaders, what are you gonna do to them? One button at a time. One button at a time.
The idea here is you actually want to break multiple box sections at a time, because turrets spawn counterclockwise. So if I break the bottom right, it spawns at the top right. Break the top right, it'll spawn at the top left. Opening all of the boxes gives you some room to maneuver if you have to move on to the other side. It's a good idea to break both of the boxes on one half of the map before hitting the buttons. It's just minor. but it can help you. It might save you from one hit.
Maneuverability in this game is kind of a key thing.
Right, you might actually notice... I'm not sure if I showed my loadout at the start, I'll show it after this, but... I have no shadow defense. So if I get hit 3 times, I'm basically dead. But in Spiral Knights, you can actually, like... You can actually just not get hit. It's feasible to do an entire run without ever being hit once, assuming you're kiting a lot.
There did used to also be the Sonic rule, but I'm not sure if that's still in the game anymore.
Yeah, I think it's been like changed a bit because it feels like if you're over a certain percent of your health, then you can't be lowered below 1, even if an attack should have killed you. But you won't always be lowered. Right, for those who don't know, there used to be a rule where if you had more than 1 health and you got hit, you would be lowered to 1. You could not be killed. It's since been changed slightly. I don't know exactly.
Basically, think Sonic in the rings.
Yeah.
You had 1 ring, you'd survive any hit, but you'd have to get another ring to basically survive another hit. If you didn't, then you'd die. Same rule applies. And I think it's if you've got over 5 pips.
Over 5, okay, that would make sense. Here, only reason I'm using the Blitz is because I know they're not going to hit me. If any of them were within attack range, I would not have done that. It just saves a tiny amount of time. Very much.
Like,
Right, in this run, if you don't have damage versus undead max, in fact, maybe even if you do, I'm not entirely sure. If you have less than 4 players, like if you have 1 to 3 players, and you have at least a very high damage bonus, you can kill every skeleton and Trojan in 1 blitz shot. If you don't have very high damage bonus, maybe you'll need 2 members, but you can still one-shot them. But the instant you get 4, suddenly you can't one-shot them anymore. So, if you're not trying to get each member to pay a portion of the key, it can make more sense to go in with 3 players, because it makes the run significantly easier. The instant you get 4, it becomes a lot harder.
oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, stunned, 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 oh no, oh no. And also the spinning orbs, you can avoid taking damage from them if you shield. And I also just done something. I jumped over the fire using the dash. Shielded.
Hurt you?
Yeah, it didn't hurt me. Jumped over the fire, shielded, and the orbs that attack you didn't hurt me.
Cool.
I also found out there's actually, like, I used to do this all the time. There's about like a second or something before the fire animation disappears.
Right.
You can actually stand on the fire.
The fire leaves a little after trail thing. On lower graphics, it's easier to tell when the fire disappears. Right now, I think we're on either medium or high. I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, it's on medium because my Polaris shots don't have trails. But the easiest way to judge it is if there's a second trap. When the second trap activates, the first one will deactivate, right? So the instant the other trap activates, it's safe to walk on the other trap. I can't use words right now, apparently, but the point is, if there are 2 traps, as soon as one activates, the other deactivates, even if the animation implies otherwise.
It's just funny because there's one bit where you've got to run through fire, or you've got to like run a certain distance, and if you're quick enough, you can run what makes it look like you're running through fire and not getting damaged. And everyone just turns around and goes, "What?"
So right there,
Also,
it would have attacked, but we had exploded Polaris shots on it and got stunned, or got shocked, so it was safe to.
one very important thing: if you see an orb with a sword in it, like a red sword, pick it up. It will give you, what is it, 10% damage bonus? Or is it 15?
I think it's at least 15, it could even be 20. Little damage bonus orbs. If you play Spiral Knights, you probably already know about this, unless you haven't played since like recent patches. They made it so that 3 types of buff orbs can drop from enemies. There's attack, defense, and movement. Attack and movement are incredibly useful. Defense, well, not so much, because as always, just don't get hit. In this
Basically.
room, there are 3 switches. Hitting the 3rd one will spawn Trojans, so you want to spawn them. You want to make sure that the 3rd one that you press is actually not the top one, because it gives you access to this little bottom area, which has more maneuverable room.
And to explain the speed buff orbs, you see how fast Matt's moving, and then you see how fast I am moving. That's the difference in movement speed. Movement speed is key in this game.
Yeah, it's like 50% faster, something crazy like that. And it lets you just dodge everything for the 20 or 30 seconds of the platforms.
Well, there's also, you can have movement speed of like insane. Like it's basically a new measurement of, instead of
right, movement
maximum.
speed can stack over max in the sense that you can get, I think it's very high from your gear if you include the battle strike bonus. And then you can also get the movement speed bonus from Frenzied Firestorm or a movement speed orb. And it'll stack with your movement speed, so you just go insanely fast for a while. So like maybe instead of moving 20% faster, now you're moving, 80% faster, which should not be possible with if only UVs or only orbs worked. It's just
I'm
Same
actually
applies up to
thinking it's
damage bonus
more
actually.
than double. It's actually more than double
It's
the
more than
movement speed.
double? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Blackfire instantly gives you maximum movement speed. But then you can have the Black Cat Kill plus your pets buff. That will give you movement speed of high. So you're